What up? I'm Josh Paulson, and this is Inspector Josh Investigates TV, where we reverse engineer TV shows to draw story writing lessons from them. Today we'll be looking at Batman the Animated Series, Season 2, Episode 21, titled I'm the Knight. Warning, spoilers for this episode are ahead. Today we'll be looking at making soft spots for characters, as in trigger points, buttons to push, that sort of things. This is helpful because we want to be able to guide and maneuver characters through the story's world, knowing their weaknesses and soft spots and also giving them some, in order for us to do that more effectively. So what makes a soft, sensitive spot in a character? A hard, life-changing situation that they haven't gotten over and are still internally aware of triggers for. So let's look at the first part of that. Hard, life-changing situation. This is our first point. A hard situation that made them who they are today. It formed their mindsets, helped them make decisions, was a key moment in their life. By hard, I mean stressful, difficult, strenuous. Success or failure doesn't really matter here. You may not have had any say in the situation, such as an abusive parent telling you that you will never amount to anything, but it was hard, difficult, and strenuous. I've been in hard situations that haven't really changed me, which may be a bad thing, but that's another talk. For example, have you ever had a difficult assignment or project? Or ever played a difficult video game? I've struggled with video games, but they didn't make me who I am today, at least not much. It didn't really result in a sensitive spot for me. Not everything that's hard is necessarily impactful. So that's number one, hard, life-changing situation. Number two, we're looking at they haven't gotten over it, they haven't healed from it. In some cases, this is arguably impossible or even unideal. If it makes somebody a better person that they had the struggle, maybe you don't want them to quote-unquote get over it. Or maybe it's just something so traumatic that there's a piece of it that will be with you, at least in this life. So then we're going to look at number three, internal awareness of triggers. They are aware of triggers internally. They may not be front-focused conscious of them, but they feel them. Not everything that could trigger is a trigger, though. For example, to give an example from my own life, my dad passed away a few years ago, but whenever I hear somebody say that they're killing time, I don't think of my dad. If somebody mentions their dad is ill or passed away, that will reveal a soft spot for me. I have to associate the thing with myself. I have to be aware even if it's not at the forefront of my mind. Every possible connection is not necessarily a trigger. Of course, what might trigger someone else might not trigger me. So again, what makes a soft, sensitive spot in a character? A hard, life-changing situation that they haven't gotten over and are still internally aware of triggers for. So how does this show in this episode of Batman? Well, first we have Bruce Wayne's hard situation. Now, in this case, it's obviously his parents being killed. This event made him who he is today, the Batman. And for the point number two of having not healed from it, he hasn't gotten over or healed from his parents being murdered in front of him, although it's debatable if he ever will to, and you can argue whether that's good or bad. And number three, he is aware of the triggers. He specifically mentions that his reaction to Commissioner Gordon being shot is because partly he would have been about his father's age. If Bruce Wayne's father was still alive, he would be about Gordon's age, which adds to it. And also, it was the same night. He was just there at the scene of his parents' death mourning. A lot of different good triggers there. So let's say that you want to have a trigger for your character. What you need to have is you need to have a hard, life-changing situation in their past that is still impacting them. They haven't healed from it or gotten over it. And they need to have some awareness of triggers. Even if it's very deep, even if it's something that they don't think about or they try to avoid, even that avoidance can be a real awareness. So if you want somebody to have that kind of trigger point, give them a hard, life-changing situation that they haven't gotten over and are still internally aware of triggers for. Could be death in the family. It could be something that they're just processing they haven't gotten through. It could be some abusive words, an abusive situation. It could be something that they just weren't able to overcome, a failure. It could be a success that was greater than they could handle. It could be all sorts of things. But that's a good way to add a soft spot in for your characters to help guide them through the story and help them become who you want them to become. So again, I'll just repeat, we're looking at soft spots for characters, and the way that you can make a good, soft, sensitive spot in a character is with a hard, life-changing situation that they haven't gotten over and are still internally aware of triggers for. And with that said, I think we can go. Case closed. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with another episode next Monday. I'll try to get on it on time this time. Have a fantastic week and let me know what you're up to. You can check out free resources at joshpaulson.com or go to my Twitter handle, Josh Paulson.